Oh yes, Newcastle United have finally woke up and have realised it's the transfer window. Yes, people, welcome back to the Back by Channel TV. A late upload for you now because it's been a busy night in the world of transfers at the Magpies. First of all, we had the announcement, the official unveiling of Malick Thiaw, the German international centre-back who is signed from AC Milan. We'll talk about him in a few minutes because he's gave his first interview as a Mag as well. But massive breaking news in the last 15 minutes from Fabrizio Romano, and then the UK reports have clarified it as well, that Newcastle United are closing in on signing Jacob Ramsey from Aston Villa for a deal worth £40 million. Get in there. So we're getting the Longstaff replacement. We've finally got the centre-back we've been waiting for ages. Earlier in the summer we got Elanga. We've got Ramsey to compete with Nick Pope. Things are actually looking up as a Newcastle fan. Whether Isak leaves or not, who cares? Do you know what I mean? We'll replace him if he does. We're over that now. It's been dragging on for weeks and bloody months, it feels like. So we'll get over that. We'll get his replacement if we need to. We need the Callum Wilson replacement next, mind. Wissa, we're waiting for dominoes to fall on that deal before we get him over the line from Brentford. But let's focus on the breaking news. Initially brought, I think it was brought by Romano at first, or maybe it might be in the mail, but what I've seen it was Romano, that Newcastle are indeed closing in on signing Jacob Ramsey from Villa. The midfielder is close to finalising a deal. The clubs are working hard tonight and it could even be announced as early as tomorrow. It's for a package worth nearly 40 million quid. Ramsey only wants Newcastle. Hear that? Hear that, Man United fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, all the rest of them trying to wind this up and say it's rejection FC. And even better on that was stuff that's came out about Malick Thiaw this evening, that he got approached by Manchester United and by Munich. But he only wanted Newcastle United as well. So that is a very nice turn of events for us in this transfer window. After hearing all along, everyone wants to go anywhere else. Nobody wants Newcastle. Well, these two do and are wanting to sign for Newcastle. One of them, in Thiaw, already has done. But Ramsey, he's rejected moves from other Premier League clubs, including West Ham, and maybe even one or two approaches from abroad. But there it is. Ramsey from Villa is happening, and happening fast. Now, it has been the long-term admirer Eddie Howe has been of the English midfielder. He tried to sign him, was it last January? The January before? I think for a couple of windows now. So Eddie Howe is finally getting down that list of targets and ticking them off. He's been wanting Thiaw for ages, Elanga for ages. A keeper, he's had Ramsey before, so he's been in the works. Obviously, Trafford was number one choice, but Ramsey as well. So quite a few of Eddie Howe's main men are finally getting signed for the Toon. So on Ramsey, brilliant breaking news tonight that we are closing in on a deal, and it's very close, to be fair. Like I said, Newcastle are tonight negotiating on the price, but it could move quick tomorrow. £40 million is the fee. Let's see if we had any other stuff there. Formal offer is yet to be submitted, but talks are intensifying. Hope of progress before the weekend. Please get done before the weekend, by the way, because we don't want him in bloody Villa shit scoring against us. Want it the other way around. Get him in. This is great squad depth, by the way. Quality player, Ramsey. I'm a big fan, especially in his breakthrough season. He was then linked to big money moves to Chelsea and that. Didn't quite happen for him. Had a little injury here or there. Fell out of favour a little bit with Emery. Did still play in Champions League games and stuff. But he needs that run of games again. He needs a new club maybe. And obviously Villa aren't necessarily keen on letting him go. They'd like to keep him. But because of FFP and PSR, flashback to us doing with Elliot Anderson. That's what Villa are doing right now. Selling one of their young midfielders. Well, young. What is he? 24 now, I think. But basically they're having to get rid of him so they can sign more players. FFP and PSR being a stitch up for other clubs if you're outside the Big Six. So, yeah, we're finally moving and we are getting on things. As I joked at the start of the show, Newcastle have woke up and realised it's middle of August. Season starts in a few days against Villa, ironically enough, and we need to get some signings in. So we are getting things up. Ciao! And then it's bang, straight onto Ramsey. And then bang, I want to be straight onto Wissa. Well, we are just waiting for Wissa, to be fair. That's all but done. We know he wants to move and Newcastle are just waiting for them to get a replacement, and then Bournemouth need a replacement for Otara. So we're just waiting for things to fall into place to get that Wissa deal done, but confident that one's going to happen. But then again, we've been saying that for weeks on the channel. And we did talk weeks ago about Ramsey. I mean, my tip was him or Trafford to be our first signing. Trafford should have been, let that one slip, obviously, with Man City deciding to come in late. Just on that, by the way, and now they want Donnarumma Trafford, wrong decision, sunshine. It'll be the same for Delap at Chelsea, but they'll never learn because they chased it. You know what it is. But yeah, we'll talk about Thiaw in a minute. Just see if there's any other stuff on Ramsey as we're doing the video, because I can see, I think Sky Sports are now picking up on it as well. Keith said there Newcastle are indeed over talks for a move with Jacob Ramsey. It was on and off until this morning, but it's back on now. Still no official offer, but a one is likely to follow soon. Villa are looking to sell a player to comply with FFP, as we've just said. Yep, and he is 24, and Newcastle are long-term admirers, what we've just been talking about there. So Ramsey to Newcastle, very good midfield addition that for the Toon. Great squad depth, versatile midfielder. He'll have a point to prove now. Hell, he might even want to kick on and try and get back in that England setup. He's in amongst it a couple of years ago when he broke onto the scene. So I really like Ramsey. He's definitely an upgrade on Sean Longstaff and Joe Willock, to be fair. So there's an exciting signing for Newcastle. Champions League experience as well. I think that's a really good move. And at 40 million quid is about right, really, for, you know, an England international, or could obviously get there. So I like that move. Very good. We're talking about El Canous yesterday, but it's Ramsey today, and Ramsey looks to be happening. Are you happy with Jacob Ramsey? Let me know in the comments. As we move on to Malick Thiaw, who's been officially announced as a Newcastle United player this evening. If we scroll right down there now, he has said, I am really excited to be joining this massive club. I can't wait to start training and get to know my teammates and all the staff. The gaffer showed me his vision and what he wants to do with me as a player and the club. And as I said, he was linked with Man United and Bayern Munich as well, but he rebuffed them talks. He knows how he's wanted him for a while, and he's paid him some loyalty, unlike some of the players that are currently at the club. So Thiaw is very happy with Newcastle, their vision that's been represented to him, and he's left a really good AC Milan side. Do you know what I mean? A team where they were competing on all fronts last year. He scored against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Last year did Malick Thiaw. He will take the number 12 jersey at the Toon, the centre-back, but he can also play right-back and defensive midfielder. So, again, an Eddie Howe style player, versatile, hard-working, different options for him to use the German international. We obviously said we were delighted to sign him. It's a 4-year deal with £34.3 million, including the add-ons there. So very, very enjoyable and exciting Tuesday night for Newcastle, this one. Just when I was going to clock off and go to bed, all this starts popping off itself. And we are now getting things going and getting the ball rolling on transfers. Like we've said there, centre-back in, that one's done. Centre-mid loading with Ramsey. But with Thiaw, it's a very solid signing. When you look at the money there for him and the fees that are getting knocked about, I mean, last year we're getting quoted absolutely ridiculous sums for the likes of Mark Gahey. Well, this year we've went for a German instead of the Englishman for half the price, and hopefully a very good signing as well. Eddie Howe on Malick Thiaw has said he's really pleased to have him on board. He's a player I've admired for a long time. Like we said, he's working his way down his list, is Eddie, and he's finally getting some of his targets he's been wanting for ages. Malick is somebody who will add real quality to our defensive options. He's still young, but brings valuable experience of Champions League football as well as playing in the Bundesliga and Serie A. Remember, he used to play for Schalke. He's a major positive for us as we return to Europe. He is, because we know Shaw and Byrne have been sensational this past couple of years, but they are touching their mid-30s now, so that defence is really needed. Freshened up it has with the signing of Thiaw. Now, there's nothing to say. Could Newcastle go in for another defender this summer as well? Because obviously Lascelles is there, but Botman's injury concerns. Who knows? We'll wait and see what Champions League football we might do. But for now, obviously, priority is getting Ramsey done. Then 2 strikers, especially 2 if Isak was allowed to leave. Now, there's been some concerns in previous videos about Ramsey's injury record, which I just want to touch upon before we sign off for the night. And that's why we said earlier in the video, you know, he really impressed in that breakthrough season. But then he did get hit with a few injuries. However, his one-hit injury season, 23-24, was a complete no-go. Yeah, he was done for. And then he had a couple of hamstring issues. But he still played a lot of games. 35 appearances in 21-22, then 38. 21 was the bad season, 45. And obviously in and out of the team. So, yeah, that's when he was really getting into that, you know, England side and stuff. So there's no major there. You know, he's had one bad season, but that can happen to anyone. Hopefully he's not injury prone like, you know, a Willock or other Newcastle players in the past. But Ramsey, I'm very happy with that. Thiaw, I am chuffed with Thiaw. So I'm chuffed that Newcastle are getting some business done as we're near that big opener on Saturday against Villa. We'll talk about all this and much more in tomorrow night's live podcast, so make sure you tune in. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give a like. Drop your thoughts below on the names linked, the names that have signed. Big up Malick Thiaw and welcome to the Toon Sunshine. Right, that'll do for me. Good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.